Every department is different, but here at Corn Belt, to become a firefighter, you have to apply, go through a series of interviews, rigorous training, and a probation period, and then you get to put on this helmet, bunker coat. The National Household Travel Survey reported about 4 billion trips were made by bicycles in 2009. The need for a bike census is necessary to see how many students in Champaign-Urbana are choosing bikes over cars. Other than providing exercise, bikes reduce your carbon footprint, are better for the roads and the environment. All you gotta do is move your feet. Citations and transportation to hospitals were up this year, and even though there were no major injuries, this was one of the busiest unofficials to date. And some people want to see change. One Champaign school needs more than rebranding and remodeling. They're talking about starting from the ground up. UI7's Rachel Lloyd has the story. 271 citations issued and no major injuries, 2014's unofficial was safer than previous years but was still full of boozing bodies. Not every student on campus celebrates the unofficial holiday. Some, like graduate student Ahmad El-Khahib, think the day allows students to get too reckless.
I don't like about unofficial, personally, is the kind of the component of irresponsibility.
Champaign-Urbana and University Police were out in full force to prevent any of that irresponsibility from turning deadly by spreading alcohol awareness.
Tried to do a lot of public education, getting the information out. I'm sure you know we did the Walk as One, where we knocked on over 4,000 doors. That same information was distributed to about 40,000 individuals.
This day of drinking, which has claimed lives in the past, started almost 20 years ago by bar owner Scott Cochran, so students could celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which usually happened during spring break. Citations and transportation to hospitals were up this year, and even though there were no major injuries, this was one of the busiest unofficials to date. And some people want to see change. Like Champaign Police Lieutenant Jim Clark.
We would prefer that students just go to class. They're paying a lot of good money to attend the University of Illinois, and that's what we prefer they do.
El-Khahib doesn't need to see the day completely gone, but wants to feel included at Illinois, even though he doesn't drink.
It's not about raining on their parade or killing their buzz or whatever. It's just, let's kind of compromise. Let's meet halfway where we can both kind of enjoy the campus on that day.
Jasmine, Wright, ABC Channel 15. The National Household Travel Survey reported about 4 billion trips were made by bicycles in 2009. The need for a bike census is necessary to see how many students in Champaign-Urbana are choosing bikes over cars. Yesterday, the Facilities and Services Department teamed up with the Champaign County Bikes to count every bicycle on campus.
On rack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This data will tell the university how many future bike racks and funding are needed. Volunteer and Urbana resident Amelia Neptune thinks that this is a priority for U of I.
There are a lot of different things that could be done to improve biking on this campus, and so my hope is that this is sort of the first step in convincing the administration that it's worthwhile to invest.
The university aims to put more focus on bikes. Neptune, who has a background in sustainability, says being bike-focused doesn't mean cars aren't allowed.
I think it really means having a cultural shift where everyone respects bicycles as a form of transportation and bikes know how to move around safely and follow the law.
Other than providing exercise, bikes reduce your carbon footprint, are better for the roads and the environment. All you gotta do is move your feet. President of Champaign County Bikes, Jeff Yaki, says the university being bike-friendly will be good for students even after college.
And maybe they can think about a lifestyle that doesn't involve a car. They can get around on public transportation, rent a car when needed, and have a bike for all those in-between trips. And so when they start living that kind of way on campus, it makes an easy transition later in life.
Neptune is looking forward to a future that is filled with more bikes.
I'm really excited that more and more people here in Champaign-Urbana and all around the country are riding bikes more often. It's great not only for the individuals who are deciding to ride, but also for the larger community.
The Champaign-Urbana Bike Month starts May 1st. To learn more, go to www.cubike.org. In Urbana, I'm Jasmine Wright, UI7 News. A surprise at the World War II Memorial today. Reunited 2 military generations thanks to an honor flight from Utah. Major Sheila Wilds, who surprised her grandparents Blanche and Eldon Hamblin, as they got off their bus, is grateful for this experience.
I'm just so honored to have both of my grandparents here and be able to finally see the World War II Memorial after all these years.
Wilds, who is now stationed at the Pentagon, thanks her grandparents for their service in more ways than one.
And growing up right outside of Hill Air Force Base, to see the planes fly over and know that both of my grandparents had been part of World War II, there was no other thing that I could do with my life other than join.
And her grandparents couldn't be more proud.
Her and I so close, and I just love her to death. And proud of her.
I didn't think I'd ever get to kiss a major, and now she's going to be a lieutenant colonel, and I said, boy, and the kisses just get better all the time.
After the flag ceremony, veterans were able to take pictures with family members and walk around and really see the memorial. Veterans and family members really felt appreciated even after all these years.
We're so proud to be here and proud of the United States, and couldn't be happier.
The veterans will be presented with commemorative medals for their service later on today in Washington, D.C. For ABC News, I'm Jasmine Wright. With a count of 48 volunteer firefighters at Corn Belt Fire Protection District, there's one volunteer whose shelf is a bit shorter than the rest, but that doesn't stop her. Meet Danielle Griffith, a 5'3", 21-year-old who has been volunteering for 2 years as a firefighter. Griffith embraces being a woman in a male-dominated field.
I get to show people that just because it's traditionally not something that a woman is supposed to do, we can be in the fire service, and we can do it very well.
A student at Eastern Illinois University, Griffith says it's hard balancing school and work, but the good outweighs the bad.
Granted, there's times where you're responding in the middle of the night, and it's not ideal, but you get up and you get going, and once you get there and you see that person and see how relieved they are, that is just is very rewarding for me.
Every department is different, but here at Corn Belt, to become a firefighter, you have to apply, go through a series of interviews, rigorous training, and a probation period, and then you get to put on this helmet, bunker coat, and climb up this ladder. Fire Chief Lloyd Bailey says it takes a special person to put their life on the line.
Not everybody has that desire, so those that possess that are very valuable to their community.
Gifford says she wants to keep volunteering for as long as she can because it's what she knows.
Changing people's lives that have contributed to the same community I've grown up in my whole life. It just feels kind of like home.
In Muhammad, I'm Jasmine Wright, UI7 News. A campus parking lot known as Lot J near Green and 6th Street has been closed. We have a busy weathercast for you guys today. As they say, April showers bring in May flowers. We're getting a lot of April showers in. Let's see if we can find some May flowers. Let's get into our weathercast. After a brutally cold winter, springtime is finally here. Much of the Midwest continues to be hit with cold spells. However, the weather remains a menace to many people and even some of the wildlife. UI7's Jessica Lubin has a story.
You know, I'm really hoping this Easter weekend weather stays warm, as I have a couple Easter egg hunts to go to, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to Chicago, so I'd love to drive down Lakeshore Drive and have it be a beautiful sunny day. Let's check in with UI7's Madeline Rose to see what's in store for your weekend. Here we have Champaign at 52, Springfield right there. That's really nice weather for early April. And Chicago's pretty cold at 37. If you want to know why, there's this warm front and it's not really allowing warm weather to go north. So you have really low temperatures like 37 and really nice temperatures like Springfield.